that you think have had success that you want to tour further. And it's also, I think, a very good way for new members and also the global connectors to present themselves and their work as well. You've probably all read the guidelines that are online from IETM. So we ask initially for a submission, a video of you talking. It's very simple. It does not need to be fancy camera work. It's literally talking to your phone for 2 minutes about what you want to present. And there is a basic application form about why is this important to you now. And we also ask then for you to show 2 minutes video of your work. What I will say about the video is if there are people who are looking for partners for a new project and you don't have any material for that project yet, please don't worry about that. I think you can show a video of other work which just gives an idea of your aesthetic. And yeah, for the room basically to know your style of work. So don't feel, okay, I'm at the early stages of this project and I don't have anything to share. But the session is, it should be fun when we do it live in Berlin. And obviously you pitch live in person in the room, and then we also show your video. I think that's probably all I need to say for now. I'm sure lots of people have questions, so please let us know what your questions are. Or Toy, do you want to add anything? Oh, yes, go ahead, Nicola.
Can I? Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. I just would like to ask if it has to be an artist, or because I'm a booking agent for artists from Czech Republic. And I would like to know if it's possible for me to present this like a Czech scene, this for artists I'm working with.
Nicola, you're the first person to ever ask this, so that's good.
Really?
Yeah. We've never had an application from an agent. I mean, the Pitchorama, and it clearly states it in the guidelines, is for all IETM members. So I would say, why not? If you want to put it in, we shouldn't, every member should be able to do this, and also people who are based in Germany or can as well. You know, the last time, Toy, you might remember, but we had a lot of applications and it was very competitive. But of course, well, why not? I think if you want to introduce a scene that we don't know about, I think that's exciting for people to learn about the scene.
Yeah, for me, it was a question if I should really like choose one and focus on one artist like this. In these 2 minutes, I really present exactly the aesthetic, the atmosphere, the idea or philosophy of the artist, or if I can do the more global and because we have 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So
and then well, what normally happens is you give your pitch, and we may say it's 3 minutes live to do it. After people are selected, we just do 2 minutes for the let's say selection process, and then you show the promo material, and then there's a dialogue. There's time to take questions from the house. House, my accent, house. I'm Irish. So I think it's up to you. If you think, what do you think is, I can't decide that for you. Is it one artist or you want to give an overview? I think you need to decide what you think is best, because I respect you probably have lots of artists from the Czech Republic.
I have 4.
4, okay. Well, you know, you need to think about that, because yeah, you could make a promo of 2 minutes, you know, each, you know, 30 seconds. That's up to you.
Okay, super. But this I wanted to ask if it, because sometimes in this kind of presentation, they only accept the artist, you know, the creator person. So I'm not the creator, but I'm really part of the team, and I'm always there even during the creations. Like we are really working with all companies, we really work in family, how to say it?
Yeah, you're probably more like a creative producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So producers have applied before.
Mm.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, super. Thank you.
Pleasure.
So,
Any?
Kathy, there's 2 questions in the chat here. So one of them says, you said you show the video at the live session, the personal video or the show reel.
Yeah, sorry. So me being Irish, so everybody pitches in person in the room. We never show your submission of your personal pitch. That the pitch is done live. And in the room, we then show the promo video, which you submit. Sometimes with applications, if we feel that the project is very interesting, but the promotional video has maybe not represented that, we have given feedback and said, please redo. And we've given pointers to that to some artists in the past. But apologies, thank you, Lottie, that I wasn't clear about that. Apologies. Naughty me.
No apologies necessary. Just going through the chat. There's another question here that says, is there any transparency you can give about the review process? What are we prioritizing, such as new members, for example? I think this is actually a pretty good one to talk about, Kathy, if you want to.
Well, Toy can also talk about this. Toy, do you?
Poor Toy just got back from Berlin.
Okay, so Toy.
Hi everyone, I'm Toy. I'm production officer at IETM, and I will be part of the selection process also for Pitchorama with Kathy and one other Berlin partner, most probably from How. Well, about the selection process, I don't think we prioritize new members or what some people might call young artists. What matters the most for me would be the proposition, that it's in relation with the theme of the meeting maybe, or with contemporary issues, and that's what matters to me. But Kathy, maybe you can also.
I think thank you, Toy. No, I agree with everything you said. I think the reason that I think the person had asked about the new members is because in the past we've highlighted some global connectors like Caro from Kigali, who we presented in Sofia. But also with the selection process, we're very aware to get a good geographical spread. So it's not all Western Europe. That's really important. And we're also aware of different art forms. So if let's say everybody we wouldn't, let's say, present the whole pitch session on dance, for example. So we're aware of diversity of countries, diversity of people, and diversity of art forms. That's really important regarding the spread.
Great, good stuff. Are there any other questions that people have got? We've really foreseen some time here. So Nicola has got another one. Yeah.
Sorry, I really profit that I have you in live.
No, please go ahead.
I'm like, I was last time in Sofia for first time, and I have to say I don't really know if I'm a member of IETM. What does it mean, member of IETM?
Lottie.
Okay, yeah. So to be a member of IETM, you either belong to an organization, which is one of our members, or you as an individual artist, freelancer, producer, organizer, whatever your capacity is in the professional cultural sector, have got a paid membership with IETM. Okay. Is that something that you have done this year?
I already paid this €300.
Yes, then you are a member of IETM.
So it means I'm a member, I can apply.
But did you pay? Do you mean you paid to attend the plenary meeting, or you paid for your membership?
This is the thing. I think only for the plenary meeting.
Okay, so if it's only for the plenary meeting, then you're not an IETM member. So what we can do is what I'll do is after this, I'll look up your registration and I will check if you are a member. And I will put you in touch with our membership manager, Margarita, to discuss your options, because and that's probably important to say to anybody here. If you are not an IETM member, and if you are not based in Germany, and if you are not a delegate that is sent by an IETM associate member, then you cannot apply for Pitchorama. So please check your membership status, check that you renewed your membership this year. Margarita, our membership manager, will have been in contact with you about your renewal, or if you're a new member or whatever. So please do get in touch with us. You can email us at ietm@ietm.org if you have any doubts about your membership status, because it is very important that you are signed up for this as a member. So Nicola, I will check your registration for you, and I'll put you in touch with Margarita to see what the possibilities are.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, everybody else who is here, please do double check, because it's one of the important qualifiers for this. The reason that this info session is open to everyone is because we want to attract local artists and performing arts professionals in Germany, because they don't have to be members. So that's the kind of notion of Pitchorama. Depending on what host country we're in, we open it up to the local art scene there, regardless of their membership status. So yes, please check, and we will be in touch. So there's a few more questions that have come in, so I'm going to go through them one by one. You can either leave them here in the chat, or you can use the raise hand feature, and I'll try and moderate as best as I can. So Paul says, I have promo video materials that were created as short trailers, basically advertisements to generate interest for future presentations. Does this sound appropriate for the needs of the application for a show reel? What do you think, Kathy?
I'm sure you can answer these as well, Lottie.
I'm not on the selection committee. I would say, from a communications perspective, I'm the comms manager at IETM, I would say that would be fine as a show reel, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
of course,
I'm not on the
yes.
selection committee. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
there we go.
It's 2 minutes promo video. If you've edited something together for other things, yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we are strict on timing. I do want to say that.
Yeah. So yes, Paul, we would say that's absolutely fine. Another question, how many artists would be selected for Pitchorama? Is it 10 in total?
We think so. Again, we need to wait and see what the applications are. Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
it could be 9, it could be 11, but we think 10, just in case, because it's, yeah.
It's usually around 10, but sometimes we make exceptions if they're particularly strong or particularly weak and there's not enough. There's another question. Can 2 members from the same organization pitch with 2 different applications? Have we ever had this before in the past?
That's very cheeky.
It's cheeky, isn't it?
Very cheeky. I think that's highly unlikely. I like the ambition. But you can, of course, put in, I mean, you can apply, of course.
That's what I was thinking. I think they can apply,
so
but whether or not we will
smart.
choose them
That's
is
very smart, but it's unlikely we would choose to. But if you want to put 2 in that you can't decide about, why not?
And then we'll decide for you which ones that we like the best. If we're a new young performing arts festival based in Germany, can we pitch for Pitchorama? I would say yes, that's exactly what we're looking for. This kind of things, particularly, like we said, it's really important that we spread the call in Germany, because that's where we're going this year. So yes, I would say absolutely you can pitch for Pitchorama. That's a really exciting initiative. And like Toy said, there's no particular criteria that we really prioritize in the applications, but it's great to have a range of different backgrounds. So, you know, youth or festivals or anything like that. Very exciting. So yes, please, you are welcome to apply. Okay. Any further questions? Either in the chat or spontaneous hand raising or anything, or comments, feedback, anything that we can do to improve this whole shebang? No. Okay. It might be interesting to let you guys know that we're actually going to be live streaming Pitchorama this year. So it's interesting to know that if you are selected for a pitch and there are people who are interested in working with you, but who are unable to attend the plenary session, that you can redirect them to the live stream. And we'll be working on embedding your videos into the live stream itself, and it will be on the IETM social media channels. So this is a really exciting initiative that we're doing this year. Usually we only live stream the keynote sessions, but we felt with the popularity of Pitchorama and the accessibility that it would be great to put this on the map. So just know that if your pitch is selected, it will be going live out on IETM. So Pitchorama live from Berlin is going to be the tagline this year, which is yeah, a really great opportunity to put it on the map.
Kathy, can I ask a question? Yeah, I'm very happy that all these people are online, and I guess it's good for us to know how easy you find the application form. Is it clear? And there's also guidelines about filming, which I think is very important, regarding where is the light, to never film with the light behind you, in front of you. But I guess, does anybody want to comment on that? Because we can only improve, and I would really welcome any questions or feedback regarding the application. Anyone?
Don't all rush at once. That must mean that we do it perfectly, Kathy.
No, that we can always improve. I'm just sure people have a question, or is it easy? I
feel that's mostly, if you're here, that you won't have applied yet, because you're waiting to find out information through you. So I assume that everyone here has not gone through the application process yet. I also know from the top of my head that we haven't received any applications yet, because I think a lot of people were waiting for this info session. The application form will ask for your bio, your motivation, a written description of your project at its current stage. So make sure that you have that material ready and to hand if you haven't already done that yet. We're not going to, judge you on spelling or grammar or anything like that. It just needs to be clear to us what it is. We understand that a lot of people in our network are not native English speakers, so we're not going to be harsh about that. So please don't fret about that. It just needs to be understandable. And then, like Kathy said, we ask for the videos, so ensure that you have those to hand. You don't have to be a professional editor or filmmaker. It just has to be clear, essentially. A couple of comments have come into the chat. So yeah, I guess we joined today. As we know, most things are really competitive, so it's always good to hear more. Yeah, that's totally fair. Someone else has said, I guess one thing that might be tricky, that the film of the person pitching has to be the one attending. We won't necessarily know who will attend Berlin by the application deadline. That's interesting. Kathy, do you have
guess,
thoughts on that?
yeah, I think I know, I respect that you don't know yet who's going to Berlin, but I guess for us it's important to see the person pitching and the personality. I think that's really important to see who that is. The fact you don't know yet who's going, that means you must be quite close, because with flights and dynamic pricing, I've certainly booked my flights already because it's expensive. So you're lucky, I'm guessing you can train. But yeah, I think it is important to see who's pitching. Sorry, so you're going to have to make a call on that.
Ooh. Yes. There is another question that says, is there a way to view past selections for Pitchorama? So we haven't in the past, like this would be the first time that we're recording Pitchorama in the sense that we're live streaming it. We're not planning on making it accessible, but what we have done in the past is for Sophia, we have a list of the participants that participated last year, which I'm popping in the chat now. You can look at the list of people and their projects. We haven't got any links to their actual projects in that page, but what you can do is you can look them up either through IETM's website or just through Google what the projects are, because I believe they're all widely available online on various social media platforms. So you can have a look at the ones from Sophia last year. There's a list of who was selected, and that will also kind of give you a bit of an insight into the differences of countries and representation and all of that. So I've put that in the chat. Someone else has asked, can two collaborating artists pitch together? I believe this has happened in the past, right, Kathy? Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
So
of course.
I recall,
we would welcome that.
Yeah, so we really encourage this. I think I recall in Belgrade, I remember some quite strong artists from different countries or organizations collaborating together. So yes, we definitely encourage cross-cultural collaboration. That's something that we at IETM feel very strongly about anyway. So please do go ahead and do that if you want to work together with someone. So someone says, I have two projects that I'd like to pitch. They are related to one another, that they can be presented independently. Is it possible to pitch both with the time limits, or would it be better to focus on one or the other? I think I could say that it's better to focus on one, right, Kathy?
Probably. I think the time is short enough. Yeah.
I think what's important to note is that even if you've got many projects, it's best to focus on one for Pitchorama, but IETM plenary meetings are in itself one giant pitching opportunity. So even if you're not selected for Pitchorama, you are going to be surrounded by so many people working in all sorts of different walks of the performing arts sector. So you will always have the opportunity to network, talk about your projects, bring it up in conversation. So yeah, I would suggest it's better to focus on one, but we are really projecting that this plenary is going to be very well attended. So you will always have the opportunity to find someone who would be interested in the other work that you have available. I know that a lot of really great collaborations come out of plenary meetings, even if it's not directly through Pitchorama. So but yes, I would say for Pitchorama, focus on one. Also from communications perspective, when we promote the participants, it will just be the one project that we're shouting about. Maybe it's interesting to say as well that when the selections have been made, we'll be doing a social media post about the selected participants. So what we did last year is we put an Instagram reel together of a kind of video montage of all the different projects. So that's why it's equally important that the show reel is able to be used in that way, and that it's high quality. Obviously, we will get in touch with you if you've been selected to use this and to find out the right copyright material and all of that. But it's really great to give people who are attending Pitchorama to find works to collaborate with, to give them a bit of a sneak peek of what they can expect. Are there any more questions while we are here? We've still got half an hour, but we can equally round it up at 10:30 and say it was a nice, quick, informal session of half an hour. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to force people to sit here for a whole hour. But yeah, please let us know if you have any questions. If you want to stay and hang out with us, we will keep the room open, and if not, you are more than welcome to go when you're ready. But I think we've kind of said what can be said at this stage. So to recap, make sure you have all of your materials ready, make sure it is as clear as possible, both the videos and the written stuff. And please check your IETM membership, it's really important. And check also that you're registered for the Berlin plenary, because you won't be able to do Pitchorama unless you're registered for the meeting itself. So check all of that, get in contact with us at IETM@ietm.org if you have any questions that you didn't want to ask here. And if not, unless Kathy and Toy have got any closing words?
I have a question.
December. Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Sorry, it popped up at
That's
the end
okay.
of everything. Yeah, so I would like to like pitch a working collaboration between me and artists in Germany, but then it's because we have this problem where we're so early in the process, we don't necessarily have videos of each. And I wonder, like, so does it's so this showreel is really like my biggest dilemma of what it would look like. So is it fine if we just have half and half showreel of who we are?
Of course. That's what I was saying at the beginning. If you're at the early stages of a project, of course you don't have, let's say, promotional material that represents that project. But the fact that you're working with someone, you can of course divide the showreel to say, here is me and here is them. So I think that's fine to do that, and it's completely understanding it's a new work, but you showing, a minute of yourself and then a minute of your collaborator then gives us a feel for the style of work that you create. So all good.
Yeah.
There's always a solution.
We've had show reels submitted in the past for Pitchorama that have been selected, which are literally like a 1-minute clip from a play or a 1-minute shot from something else. Like, we're not talking about these fancy high quality productions. It can be, if it's not completely ready yet, it's so fine. Yeah. Should the project take place next year? Do you mean, is Pitchorama going to be happening at the plenary next year? If that is the question, then we always aim to do Pitchorama at every plenary. It's a real kind of benefit of the IETM membership that you have the opportunity to do this. So we will always try to factor it into every plenary meeting, depending obviously on budget, staff capacity, time constraints, etc. I know we had to fight a little bit this year to get it into the program because of the general kind of terms of this meeting. But yeah, we will always try to put it on the map because we think it's important. So if you were not selected this year, there is a chance to do it again next year for sure. Yeah. I don't think
I wasn't sure if that question related though to the project that they're pitching. If it should take place next year.
Okay. I thought they were asking.
Yeah, no, I think they mean their project. I guess what I would say in relation to that, if people are asking about that, I think it's all about timing. So we would probably, I imagine, the selection group will we would look at the prioritizing the applications that are upcoming. So if somebody's pitching a project in 2 years, okay, I don't know, but I can imagine we would prioritize what really needs support now, if that makes sense, the right timing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
that makes a lot
like it's Locke who answered that. Yeah, who asked that.
That makes a lot more sense than what I was chatting about. So thank you, Kathy. Yeah. So we will, most likely prioritize projects that are happening sooner rather than in the coming years, for sure. Are there any more questions before we close the session? As some people have had to leave for other meetings, which is absolutely fine. Like we said, all information is online. You can always email us. We're always available to answer your questions. And we look forward to receiving your applications. A reminder for everyone, the deadline is the 3rd of April. So get working on them. That's a few weeks from now. So great.
And a massive thank you to you, Lottie, and to Toy in advance for all their hard work on making Pitchorama look great. So I want to say that. Yeah.
It's one of our favorite sessions. We're a bit biased about it, but we really, really enjoy doing it. So I'm happy to. But okay, thank you very much, everyone, for giving up some time today. We look forward to seeing your pitches and hopefully see all of you in Berlin, regardless of the outcome of Pitchorama. So take care and enjoy the Friday wherever you are.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Don't know, Kathy and Toy, if you want to hang on for
a
couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves. I will. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was making stuff up as I go along. I'm so sorry. I hope no
No,
one's
you're
got that with-
brilliant. You're so
That's
good at
perfect.
handling all the questions.